It's match 5 of night 6 of the Women's All-Star Classic. It is the first match of the Amethyst League for night 6. And it's Sol Ruca who's going to lead things off here tonight. Sol Ruca coming off a tough loss to Liv Morgan. And unfortunately, she has been eliminated from semi-final consideration. We have made a change, though, to our main event. Originally, the main event was supposed to be Jacy Jayne versus Tatum Paxley, but it is now changed. The main event is now Liv Morgan versus Lola Vice. Here's why. Well, I don't think I can explain it. I have to get that to my statistician, Mr. Stacker.
Okay. I am what? What's my name?
Mr. Stacker.
I am Mr. Stacker. I am your statistical analyst here for the Amethyst League. And the reason why Lola Vice and Liv Morgan is the main event is because it holds a lot of weight in terms of the situation for the top of the card. If Lola Vice beats Liv Morgan and Mercedes Moné beats Rhea Ripley tonight, Mercedes Moné would be at 12 points. Liv Morgan would be stuck at 15 points. Mercedes beats Liv Morgan on night 7. Mercedes Moné would be the finalist of the Women's All-Star Classic Amethyst League, while Liv Morgan would assume the position of the semifinals. But you may be wondering, what about Tatum? Tatum Paxley's at 9 points as well. Here's the thing. If Tatum Paxley were to beat Jacy Jayne, and she were to beat Sol Ruca, and the events of Mercedes Moné and Liv Morgan still happen, we would enter a tiebreaker. Tatum has already lost to Mercedes Moné, but she's already lost to Liv Morgan, but she's beaten Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné, in this hypothetical scenario, would have beaten Liv Morgan, but lost to Tatum Paxley. Well, Liv Morgan would have beaten Tatum Paxley, but lost to Mercedes Moné. We would have to have a triple threat match to determine the semifinalists of the finalists of the Amethyst League for the Women's All-Star Classic. But this is all null and void if Liv Morgan beats Lola Vice here tonight. If Liv Morgan beats Lola Vice in our main event of the Amethyst League here on night 6 of the Women's All-Star Classic, it would be now a question of who would be the semi-finalist for the Amethyst League. Because if Liv beats Lola, she assumes the finalist spot definitively for the Amethyst League and would win the Amethyst League. Here's where it gets interesting. If Tatum Paxley loses to Jacy Jayne, but wins against Sol Ruca on night 7, and Mercedes Moné beats Rhea Ripley here on night 6, but loses to Liv Morgan on night 7, we would have a 3-way tie, aka a triple threat match for the semifinalist spot. Because in this hypothetical scenario, Jacy Jayne would have lost to Mercedes Moné, but beat Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley would have lost to Jacy Jayne, but beat Mercedes Moné. So Mercedes Moné would have beaten Jacy Jayne, but lost to Tatum Paxley. So, that is why your main event here tonight, not only for the Amethyst League, but for the night 6 of the Women's All-Star Classic, is Lola Vice and Liv Morgan.
I apologize if I'm a little bit distracted at the moment because I am trying to, get things in order for me, especially with the Rose Quartz League just wrapping it wrapped up, okay? I'm sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied there. But in the meantime, we need to focus on this match right here, Sol Ruca versus Giulia. Is there any stakes right here for Giulia?
That's a great question, Mr. Lead Commentator Keanu Han. And no. No,
Really?
there's not.
How?
As you can see, Julia is at a total of 6 points. Even if she were to beat Sol Ruka, and she were to miraculously beat JC Jane on night 7. Ooh. Let me get back to you on that. I have some analyzing to do.
Okay, well, as we do that, Sol Ruka with a huge move on Julia. Sol Ruka, currently, like Blake Monroe, currently at a goose egg at 0 points. Meanwhile, Julia currently sitting at 6. But these two women may have a little bit of history dating back to their days in NXT. Sol Ruka, former Women's North American Champion. Julia, of 2-time Women's United States Champion, former NXT Women's Champion. What is Sol Ruka thinking here? Uh-oh! How about a Soul Snatcher from Sol Ruka? Is she going to go for the cover? Here it is. Hold on, you might want to stop analyzing. Oh, wow!
Well, I guess all that analysis doesn't matter.
Because Julia is officially eliminated.
Yes.
Sol Ruka is finally on the board.
I was about to say, if Julia were to beat Sol Ruka here, she would actually join that semifinalist tie. If she were to beat JC Jane also on night 7. And we would have a fatal 4-way match. But that does not matter now.
Sol Ruka
Finally gets a win.
gets a win, and she beats the former NXT Women's Champion, the former 2-time Women's United States Champion, to get her first 3 points of the tournament and end Julia's tournament hopes, regardless if there was any or not. What a huge win for Sol Ruka, and what a way to start the Amethyst League for night 6.
She did the thing that Blake Monroe can't do.
And that is to
Win.
yeah. Although there's still one more match for Blake Monroe to get a win. But for Sol Ruka, she got her first 3 points on night 6.